Kriya Babaji Namaha. Last video I have shared who is Mahavatar Babaji according to Paramahamsa Yogananda and Lagari Mahasaya. In this video we will see according to S.A.A. Ramayya, one of the disciples of Mahavatar Babaji, sharing who is Mahavatar Babaji. Yogi S.A.A. Ramayya claimed that Mahavatar Babaji himself revealed his life history to him in one of his meetings with him. In the part we will be seeing again Paramahamsa Yogananda's view. So in 1946 Paramahamsa Yogananda, one of the modern India's greatest yogis, revealed in this classic autobiography of a yogi the existence of divine incarnation and immortal yogi, ever youth deathless Mahavatar Babaji. Yogananda related how Babaji had for centuries lived in the Himalayas, guiding many spiritual teachers at a distance, usually without their even knowing it. Babaji was a great Siddha, one who had overcome ordinary human limitations and who worked silently behind the scenes for the spiritual evolution of all humanity. Paramahamsa Yogananda also revealed that it was Babaji who taught a powerful series of yogic techniques known as Kriya Yoga to Lagari Mahasaya around 1861 and who subsequently initiated many others, including Yogananda's own Christ-like Guru Sri Yugdeshwar Giri some 30 years later. Yogananda spent 10 years with his Guru before Babaji himself appeared to him and directed him to bring the sacred science of Kriya to the West. Yogananda fulfilled this sacred mission from 1920 to 1952 when he left his body and attained the yogic state of Mahasamadhi. As a final tribute to the efficacy of Kriya Yoga and the blessings of his lineage, the body of Yogananda did not deteriorate during the 21 days it lay exposed, before being interred in a crypt in Los Angeles. March 7, 2002 marked the 50th anniversary of Yogananda's remarkable passing, when his remains were transferred to the permanent Samadhi shrine in March 2002. Millions around the world remembered with gratitude that Yogananda's legacy has given to them. In South India, Babaji had been preparing since 1942 two other souls for the task of disseminating his Kriya Yoga. S.A.A. Ramayya, a young graduate student in geology at the University of Madras, and V.T. Neelakandan, a famous journalist and his close student of Annie Besant, who was president of Theosophical Society and mentor of J. Krishnamurti. Babaji appeared to each of them independently and then brought them together in order to work for his mission. In 1952 and in 1953, Babaji dictated 3 books to V.T. Neelakandan Those were The Voice of Babaji and Mysticism Unlocked, Babaji's Master Key to All Ills, and Babaji's Death of Death. Babaji revealed to them his origins, his tradition, and his Kriya Yoga. They founded on October 17, 1952, at the request of Babaji, a new organization, Kriya Babaji Sangh. Dedicated to the teachings of Babaji's Kriya Yoga, the books created a sensation at the time of their publication and distribution throughout India. The SRF, Self-Realization Fellowship, attempted to have them and the Kriya Babaji Sangh suppressed, and it took the intervention of then Prime Minister of India Pandit Nehru, who was a friend of V.T. Neelakantan, to end their efforts. In 2003, Babaji's Kriya Yoga Order of Acharyas reprinted these 3 books in one volume called The Voice of Babaji. It is in the Master Key of All Ills that Babaji reveals his answer to the question of who am I? Means who is Babaji? In essence, this reveals that when we know ultimately who we are, we will know who is Babaji. That is, Babaji does not identify with the limited human personality or series of life events or even his divinely transformed body. However, in writings, he also revealed for the first time a number of precious details about his life story. In order to outline for us a path of self-realization which anyone may aspire to. These details have been subsequently documented in the book Babaji and the 80 Siddha Kriya Yoga Tradition. Babaji was given the name Nagaraj, which means Serpent King, referring to Kundalini, our great divine potential power and the consciousness. He was born on the 30th day of November 203 AD in a small coastal village now known as Parangipettai in Tamil Nadu, India, near where the Kaveri river flows into the ocean. His birth coincided with the ascendancy nakshatra of star of Rohini, under which Krishna was also born. The birth took place during the celebration of Kartigai Deepam, new moon during the Tamil month of Kartigai. His parents were Nambudiri Brahmins who had immigrated there from the Malabar coast on the western side of South India. His father was a priest in the Shiva temple of this village, which is today a temple dedicated to Muruga, Shiva's son. At the age of 5, Nagaraj was kidnapped by a trader and taken as a slave to what is today Calcutta. A rich merchant purchased him only to give him his freedom. He joined a small band of wandering monks and with them became learned in the sacred, religious and philosophical literatures of India. However, he was not satisfied. Hearing of the existence of a great Siddha or a perfected master named Agasthyar, who is actually direct disciple of Lord Shiva in the south, he made a pilgrimage to the sacred temple of Kadirgama near the southmost tip of Ceylon, which is now Sri Lanka, the large island just south of peninsular India. There he met a disciple of Agasthyar whose name was Bhoganadhar. He studied dhyana or meditation intensively and Siddhantam, the philosophy of the Siddhas, with Bhoganadhar for 4 years. he experienced Sarvikalpa Samadhi or cognitive absorption and had the vision of Lord Muruga, the deity of Kadirgama temple in Sri Lanka. At the age of 15, Bhoganatha sent him to his own guru, the legendary Agasthyar, who was known to be living near the Kutralam in Tamil Nadu. Before this event, Babaji was asking his guru Bhoganatha to how to get a light body. So then Bhoganatha said, this technique must be learned from my guru Agasthyar. So he sent Babaji to him. After performing intensive yogic practices at Kutralam for 48 days, Agasthyar revealed himself and initiated him into Kriya Kundalini Pranayama, a powerful breathing technique. He directed the boy Nagaraj to go to Badrinath, high in the Himalayas, and to practice all that he had learned intensively to become a Siddha. Over the next 18 months, Nagaraj lived alone in a cave practicing the yogic techniques which Bhoganatha and Agasthyar has taught him. In so doing, he surrendered his ego all the way down to the level of the cells in his body to the divine, which descended into him. He became a perfected being or Siddha or Avatar, one who has surrendered to the power and consciousness of the divine himself. His body was no longer subject to ravages of disease or death. Transformed as a Maha Avatar, great descendant, he dedicated himself to the upliftment of suffering humanity. Since that time, over the centuries, Babaji has continued to guide and inspire some of the history's greatest saints and many spiritual teachers in the fulfillment of their mission. These include Adi Shankaracharya, the great 9th century AD reformer of Hinduism, and Kabir Das, the 15th century saint beloved by both Hindus and Muslims in India. Both are said to have been personally initiated by Babaji and referred to him in their writings. He has maintained the remarkable appearance of a youth of about 16 years of age during the 19th century. Madame Blavatsky, the founder of Theosophical Society, identified him as a Maitreya, the living Buddha or world teacher for the coming era, described in C.W. Leadbetter's book Masters and the Path. Babaji revives Kriya Yoga, which Siddha Patanjali refers to in his famous Yoga Sutras. Patanjali wrote his classic text of yoga about 3rd century AD. In it, he defines Kriya Yoga in Sutra 11.1 as constant practice, particularly by the cultivation of detachment, self-study and devotion to the Lord. However, along with what Patanjali described as Kriya Yoga, Babaji added the teachings of Tantra, which includes the cultivation of Kundalini, the great potential powers and consciousness. Through the use of breathing, mantras and devotional practices, his modern synthesis of Kriya Yoga includes a rich variety of techniques. It was in 1861 that Babaji initiated Lagiri Mahasai into his powerful Kriya Yoga system. During a 6-month period in 1954 at his ashram near Badrinath, In the Gadwal Himalayas, Babaji initiated a great devotee, S.A.A. Ramaya, into a complete system of 144 kriyas, or practical techniques involving postures, breathing, meditation, mantra, and devotional techniques. The latter blossomed as a yogi and began a mission to bring this system, referred to as Babaji's Kriya Yoga, to thousands of aspirants all around the world. Fortunately, Babaji comes out from behind the wheels of anonymity, which he finds so useful for his work. Babaji has appeared to Swami Satyaswarupananda in the Kumaon hills of Himalayas in the early 70s and give him the assignment of translating and publishing the writings of Lagri Mahashai. This he has done in a series, The Sanskrit Classics, from his home in San Diego, California. Babaji gave his darshan on the Vittal plain to the author M. Govindan or Marshal Govindan in October 1999 on 2 occasions. This occurred 30 kilometers north of Badrinath at an altitude of nearly 5,000 meters, at the source of Alaknanda river. During these visitations, Babaji appeared as a radiant youth with copper-colored hair, clad in a simple white dhoti or waistcloth, and allowed Govindan to touch his feet. One cannot really know who is Babaji is, or even begin to conceive of his grandeur, without appreciating the culture of the Siddhas from which he has emerged. Rather than seeking an other-worldly escape in some heaven, after realizing the presence of the divine within, the Siddhas sought to surrender their entire being to it and to allow it to manifest at all levels. They sought a complete transformation of our human nature. An ancient Siddha classic book, Thirumandiram, by the Siddha Thirumular, written in the 2nd to 4th century AD in 3000 gem-like verses, reveals the breadth and depth of the Siddha's attainments. Our research has revealed that Thirumular was a brother disciple of Bhoganatha, Babaji's guru, and of Patanjali, one of the most well-known sources of yoga. While most of the Siddha's literature has not been translated outside of their native language of Tamil and Sanskrit, there exist a few good studies, most notably Dr. Camille Poets of the Powers and Professor David Gordon White's The Alchemical Body. Both of these academic works demonstrate at length the remarkable attainments of the Siddhas and reveal that Babaji was not some unique extraterrestrial. He manifests what Sri Aurobindo referred to and aspired to for all humanity, the supramental transformation of our human nature. Perhaps the next step in our evolutionary process. As such, he is not our savior, nor is he the founder of some religion. He does not seek our adulation or even our recognition. Like all of the Siddhas, he has surrendered completely to the Supreme Being, the Supreme Abstraction, and as a divine instrument, brings down into this murky world the clear light of consciousness, unconditional love, peace, joy in the Supreme. May everyone achieve this greatest human potential through scientific technique of Kriya Yoga. This is Babaji's history according to his disciple Yogi S.A.A. Ramaya. According to me, even though the divine himself or divine itself incarnated in the form of human, even Lord Shiva incarnated in the form of Mahavatar Babaji, he has to again initiated by a guru to become perfected master, divine itself. Without Guru's grace and God's grace, one cannot advance in his spiritual growth. Kriya Babaji Namah.